Hello and welcome to this Tarot Tuesday reading. So, I had gotten done doing Taurus's reading, which came out the day before this one. And I really felt like what I had talked about in the beginning in that zodiac reading also applies to this collective reading as well. So, we just entered Taurus season. We have left behind Aries season. And I really feel like Aries season, along with this year of the fire horse energy, was really wild. Okay, I kind of picture Aries as this like wildfire, and I've talked about that before on my channel. Um, but like along with the fire horse and how there's a ton of momentum when we're in this action-oriented energy with so much fire because Aries is a fire sign, that there was just a lot happening. And you may be somebody who had just like a lot on their plate and really trying to like keep up with that energy. Now that we're in now that we're in Taurus season, I kind of feel like for a lot of us who have been working towards something, we're going to finally start to receive. I really feel like with this Taurus energy, it's kind of like things are still in momentum. Things are still being like worked towards. Like, don't stop working towards the things that you want to achieve. But like, I really feel like there's this time to be a little slower, a bit more steadier. It's not so chaotic. Um, So I kind of feel like now we're kind of stepping into this energy where things are starting to kind of slow down a little bit. And now it's also time to receive because we also see Taurus as like a grounding energy, stability. It's an earth sign. So yeah, we have that foundation building, we have this steady energy. And not to say that because I also saw like Taurus running um, in my Taurus zodiac reading, and I kind of see that still here too, where it's kind of like, oh, because Taurus is also resembled as the bull. I imagine this bull kind of like taking all of that energy during Aries season and being like, all right, now let's ground it all and then we can start running towards stabilizing it better. So it's kind of like it's starting off kind of slow as it's trying to ground it all, and then it's gonna start picking up momentum, but like laying things out in a more less chaotic way, I guess, a more stabilizing way. Um, and and yeah, so it's just kind of coming into this energy of just like finally being able to stabilize it. Um, And that could be about anything. This is a collective reading, so it could be stabilizing finances, it could be stabilizing a home life, it could be stabilizing relationships. Anything that you feel needs stabilizing, that's kind of what it's working towards. See, does anything else want to come through before we get into the cards? I don't think so. Okay, let's just go ahead and get into the cards for this collective reading right off the bat. Right off the bat, we were talking about home life with this Ten of Cups here. And this is really rounding out an ending of a cycle, an ending of a chapter where we're finally starting to see things come into place. And again, that could be around romance, this could be around home, family, um, relationships, any kind of relationship. Um, things that are really emotionally fulfilling. And we have a rainbow depicted on this card as well. So I really feel like there's blessings coming in. We do have the Queen of Cups popping out here. timing wise, I really feel like May. I know I don't talk about timing. I even mentioned about this in Taurus's reading as well, where I feel like May during Taurus season is going to be a very big time for a lot of people, I feel like. But Queen of Cups here, yeah, definitely when we're talking about emotions, I really feel like it's stabilizing your emotions, stabilizing your internal self. A really strong sense of intuition here, where you're really allowing your internal self to guide you, your intuition to guide you in the right direction. And we have movement here with the Knight of Swords, swift movement. This is kind of what I was just talking about, even though this is not an earth sign card, this is an air sign card. It kind of makes me feel like if we're talking about May, this is tying into eventually we're going to hit Gemini season in May. And Gemini is an air sign. Swords are air signs. So I kind of feel like this is swift but steady movement toward this next season. So, like, we're kind of, I feel like looking at the bottom of the deck, we have the world. Yeah, things are coming to completion. Um, things are coming to a completion with things that you're just like trying to achieve. Again, it's going to be different for everybody because this is a collective reading, but if it's a home, that's for you. If it's relationships, that's for you. Family, romance, that's all for you. Whatever it is that you were trying to achieve, listen to your intuition and it will definitely help guide you in the right direction. But I also feel like that's kind of what you're already doing. A lot of this internal feeling has really helped guide you along the way. Two of Pentacles, balance and harmony. So I feel like you're juggling a lot at this time, which makes sense if we're talking about so many things that could be coming to a completion. All the things that you've been trying to achieve coming to a completion. But I also see this as like balance and harmony, finally being able to like click that into place where we had Aries being like kind of wild and crazy, trying to like, like planted the seeds, and then you're watching all of these seeds start to bloom, and now we're juggling a whole lot because we're trying to line so many things up. And now in this new season, we're leading into more balance and harmony. Really being able to balance our time better, our energy better. Okay, perfect. Sorry, I can move this a little closer now, which feels a little more comfortable. My cat is not cuddling me anymore. Um, yeah, a sense of balance and harmony, and where it's not going to feel so chaotic. I kind of see the scales, like, if you're imagining a scale where it's like teetering to one side and then you try to balance it, but then it's too much and now you're teetering on the other side. I kind of see that scale evening out. And then we can go into Gemini season. I'm hearing with a clearer mind. For leading into Gemini season, I kind of feel like that would eventually be a time to really like, once things are kind of clicked into place and you have this balance, now that would be a good time to like start really processing everything. So that's kind of where I feel like it's leading us towards. Okay, yeah, we still have movement here with the Eight of Cups. Movement towards your dreams and your wishes, but also a sense of leaving certain parts of the past behind. We may still need to figure out what that is. It's going to be different for everybody, exactly what you're leaving behind. Let's get a couple more cards here. Wheel of the Year. Which is the Wheel of Fortune card in the regular Rider-Waite Tarot. And Two of Wands. Okay, yeah. So there's movement here. There's balance. There's movement towards a new chapter, towards a new year. Yeah, this year just being this year lining up a lot of new challenges I'm hearing, but just it's a challenge because it's trying to leave certain things in the past that can't be carried on with you into this next chapter. And so that's what the Eight of Cups is talking about, where you're heading towards your dreams and your wishes. I really feel also a tie to your inner child, bringing back play into your life, bringing back possibly even a gentler aspect of your life that maybe you used to have as a kid that you kind of miss, and then we're trying to figure out like how to bring that into our present. So I kind of feel like that could be part of the balancing act too, that you're working towards. I'm also getting a sense of just like really searching when we're also doing this processing, or maybe we're kind of searching right now because it's kind of hard to process things right now because there's just so much going on in this moment. So we're kind of like searching for certain answers. We have questions. But again, I see that all kind of evening out as well. But there's definitely a balance with things that you were working so hard on. But yeah, I do really get this feeling of like, okay, you've put in the work, you worked really hard, then now the universe is like, still do the work, but now we can take it at a slower pace. And some of you may be going, but no, wait. Like, yeah, yeah, I'm tired, yeah, I'm exhausted, but there's certain things that I really need to have happen, like, right now. And the universe is saying, we understand, but it's going to happen when it's meant to happen. And, we need to kind of like let this energy really finish its cycle so then it can really click into that next chapter. And the problem is that when we're talking about things like that, and this is a collective reading, it's kind of hard to pick up the exact timing for every single person. I know I said May, Taurus season, but that's mostly what's coming through. It may not really be for everybody. So I'm just talking about what's coming through right now, especially now that we're in Taurus season and it's going to be leading into Gemini season. And so I really feel like regardless, this season leading into Gemini season is really going to be big for everybody. Some people actually may realize, be like fully aware of a cycle ending about progressing forward, movement forward. Some people may not be as aware, but then we'll look back later on and go, oh, actually, I see where it all started clicking into place. So whether you're aware of it or not, even if it's not like a full completion, something is still completing, something is still ending, and something is starting. I feel like I want to get more tarot cards out. Okay, we have the Star, Eight of Swords, Three of Wands, Three of Swords, Strength, and the Lovers. Okay. You may still feel tied down by certain aspects of your life, whatever is going on in your life right now, whatever it is that you are trying to achieve but haven't quite seen the end result just yet. So we're still feeling tied down in our circumstances. We're still feeling tied down, I really feel like, in our mind, especially when we're feeling possibly like a bit scattered. We don't have answers to all of our questions. And so, yeah, we're still feeling bound by something. Maybe even by someone, maybe by a relationship, or just a certain situation that you're in. Again, it's going to be different for everybody, but I do see wishes being poured in here. Like I said, you're traveling towards your dreams and your wishes. I know that it's not on this card with the Two of Wands because we were just talking about that earlier. What is in front of him here is water, and there's a boat in there, but because of like how white everything is, I kind of sometimes view this as snow. And then when we have the Three of Wands coming out, it doesn't look like that. It looks like things have melted away. So that's kind of what I'm viewing that as. It's like we're searching, we're looking out at this field, and we have so many questions. It's kind of like questioning, when is like the snow gonna melt? When is all of this coldness going to end? When is all of this hard iciness going to end? And then we're finally stepping into the Three of Wands where it's all melted away and now things are a bit brighter. We can see clearer. This is also, I feel like, you looking out at the horizon and really seeing some, at least some things coming to a completion. You may also be feeling bound and tied down to certain heartbreaks, certain heartache. That could be within a relationship, that could be any form of loss, any form of grief. But you do have the strength to move through this time and achieve what it is that you need to achieve. I'm hearing improving emotional, like, yeah, improving emotional intelligence. I was almost about to say attachments. Maybe that resonates for somebody here, but Yeah, improving your emotional maturity. Okay, let's go ahead and get some oracle cards. I just saw 1010 on the clock, and I believe that's another form of blessings. Let me just do this. 1010 angel number meaning signifies a powerful spiritual awakening, personal growth, and a call to embrace new beginnings by maintaining a positive mindset. It indicates that you are aligned with your life's purpose, encouraging you to trust your intuition, manifest desires, and release fears to move forward in your life journey. Okay, that's basically what we were just talking about. And before I started this recording, I did feel a strong sense of manifestation. I just forgot to mention that you are, it's like I kind of said that, but I just didn't use the word. You started really manifesting during Aries season, and I feel like, and maybe even before that, and now we're in this season of like really being able to accept things and really open doors and allow things to come in that are really meant for us, and so we're receiving more, like an offer or um, a letter, some form of communication happening, some form of news, some form of contact through either email, mail, a phone call, person, face to face, person to person, mouth to mouth. Um, the Celtic knot coming out here with unconditional love. And we also have the mortar and pestle. This, I'm really getting a strong sense of the manifestation and alchemizing your dreams and wishes into reality. Really being able to like break things down and view things in a different way. Um, really able to, this is like when we're talking about the processing, being able to process things and really break things down and go, okay, now this is all starting to make sense. But I do really see, because we have spell work written on this, not everybody here has to do spell work, but I'm just saying, like, that's coming through. So I feel like someone or multiple someones here have put in a lot of that manifestation, maybe even spell work, doing rituals or something like that to really help bring in this energy. But I really do see a unconditional love for you. This can also be in relation to a romantic relationship, or it could just be like love for a friend. Any form of, I mean, any relationship, there's always some form of love there. Okay. But like love can come in many forms. So but I do see there's some kind of romantic love tied to this, because we also have eternal love on this card. Love of a lifetime, divine union. Some of you actually may be meeting your person, or you could be, if you're already in a relationship and you're trying to heal your relationship, I kind of see like maybe more of that healing is coming through. But I feel like it's important to say that healing it could go either way. It could either be healing where you guys really like stick together, you stay together, or it's a healing of letting go. Whatever that healing is, it's needed for both of you. You're also in this energy of really making something else for your life, really making something else happen. stalemate. Is that something else that makes us feel bound, where we're also kind of in this energy of where you're having this standoff with somebody else in some kind of form? It's a collective reading, so it could really be in any kind of form, whether that's something that's a little bit more toxic or something again like we were just talking about how it's trying to heal in a relationship, or it also could be talking about feeling bound. Yeah, because on this card it's also talking about no way out. So you feel like you may feel like there's no way out of this situation, or you're questioning if there's a way out of this situation. Maybe there's some doubts that are also at play. I kind of feel like if this is between you and somebody else, there's this energy where it could be you, but it could also be them. It probably will be different for everybody, of a refusal to compromise on something. Maybe there's somebody that actually isn't fully committed. Whether that means, you have a hard time with commitment or they have a hard time with commitment. It can go either way. Okay, we've got garden popping out here. This really gives me a sense of like community. Um, Perhaps you're in communication with a new community. Maybe you're having a lot of meetings. We're talking about like really putting in the energy towards something, making things happen. So maybe you have a lot of meetings going on, a lot of events going on. I kind of see somebody kind of doing something like this, excuse me, where you make recordings or you're actually in the public in front of people and talking. We have a date on here, and that kind of makes me feel a little bit more towards that romantic sides, but there's also something about crowds coming through, somebody dealing with crowds, a lot of crowds, a lot of just people, a lot of energy there. That's a lot. With that energy, I kind of feel like yeah, that would be really exhausting because you're giving your energy to so many other people and you're coming home at the end of the day exhausted, and then it's like you're getting up and doing it all again the next day. There really isn't a whole lot of break in between. And maybe that's something else that somebody here feels tied down to. But I also get a sense of the outdoors here where I feel like stepping into nature. And this could also tie into this Taurus energy and helping you ground yourself. Sorry if you hear noise in the background. My cats just knocked something over. It was just a box, I can tell, and they're fine. But I'm just like, I don't know if that got picked up or not. But we're in this Taurus season energy and we are really finding that grounding. So I really feel like for some of you here to really step outside, take a walk, just sit in nature, help help yourself connect with the earth to help ground you, okay? And that's going to really help balance things out energetically and stabilize energetically too. Okay. We also have book coming out here. Yeah, this is going back to not having all of the answers because we have the unknown. Book also symbolizes like maybe secrets, but it's just mystery, something hidden. We have memory, so I kind of feel like processing memory or trying to process memory. Maybe you were doing a lot of reflection and we can't quite piece some things together. So we're working towards that. Um, Maybe some of you are actually like taking a course, and so we're gaining knowledge on something. Or again, we're looking at info and trying to gain knowledge on something. Maybe you're doing a lot of research on something. We have head of the pack. Something about competition I did think about earlier. Now I can't remember what it was. Oh, I think it was with the stalemate competition with somebody. You have this will to win. Even if you doubt yourself, even if you're scared, you have this will to win. You have a drive. And because of that, I feel like you're going to be successful. Okay. We have broom coming out here, and this is talking about sweeping things away, getting rid of the old, and now it's time for the new. So getting away of anything that's unwanted. There may be some repetition you're still dealing with, but like once a lot of that is cleaned up and cleared out, that's when you're really going to start like really feeling good because now all that all that stuff that is now in the past can stay in the past and it's going to feel so much better because now it feels like energetically your environment is really cleaned up. I'm also hearing like maybe to actually clean, like actually do some cleaning in your space. So then that helps energy move. But we do have the sun popping out here. The sun with such big success, a big yes. This big energy, this power radiating through because and it's tied with the divine masculine. So yeah, if you've really been working hard on something and you've been doing so much, know that all of that hard work is going to be paying off. Okay. And I really feel like spirit wanted to end it there. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out a affirmation card for you guys. I like this one and this one and a couple of those. Okay. So we have my capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. I choose to learn through love. In any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. And I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. Okay, so That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for coming by and listening to this reading. I hope it helped you. I hope it resonated with you. If you'd like, you can go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. I also have links to my TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook in the description, so if you'd like to follow me there, it'd be greatly appreciated. But I am sending you so much love, healing, and blessings your way. I am wishing you all the best, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!